On a foggy morning, just as the sun fought to pierce the clouds, an old man sat by a river. With each ripple, he tossed a single pebble, watching as the small stone sent waves far beyond imagination. This man often spoke to himself, pondering the simplicity of a pebble and its potential to change the vast surface. One day, a young traveler stopped by, curious about the pebbles. The old man, with eyes that held the stories of ages, simply said, "Change does not always roar. It begins with a whisper, a motion, a single stone." Have you ever felt like your own life is that river, vast and seemingly untouched by your efforts? Each day you cast stones, yet the surface returns to its stillness, unchanged and indifferent. Yet, beneath that calm, the ripples reach farther than you know. The 1% rule is your pebble, the gentle nudge, the whispering promise that change is possible, and more within your grasp than you dare imagine. Imagine molding a statue from a block of marble, but instead of furious hammering, you chip away one tiny piece a day, almost invisible in its progress. Doubt creeps in like a shadow, whispering its doubts. It asks you to give in, to see the task as futile. This doubt tells you that small changes are too insignificant, that they will never stack up against the sheer mass of the work ahead. But remember, each touch of the chisel is a movement forward. Each day spent deliberately, 1% better than the last, is a victory under your belt. Where doubt stands as a wall, courage becomes your door. It's the chance to press on, to see past the current challenges, and believe in the slow burn of enduring transformation. In the early light of this approach, there's a thrill, a cautious hope springs to life. You find yourself getting up for that morning run, or choosing a book over your screen. These aren't just tasks, they're the quiet revolution inside you. As you start choosing these paths more often, the small victories compound, unseen but potent, like seeds gathering strength beneath frozen earth. Winter passes and resilience blooms like the first crocus, defiant in the chill. Perhaps one day, when it's least expected, you find yourself beyond the old limits. Memories surface of times when the path seemed lonely and insurmountable. But those were the days when resilience became your companion, a quiet resolve to keep sowing effort into each step. With every pebble tossed into the river of your life, clarity emerges. It's as if a fog lifts, revealing paths that were always there, hidden in the mist. Now, in those snippets of morning reflection at a mirror, you catch glimpses of someone different, a stranger who feels more at home in their skin, a you reshaped by intentional acts of growth. The journey might send tremors through your heart. Remember, just as shadows can't exist without light, fear can't exist without courage. And it's in this tension, this interplay, that your clarity of purpose emerges stronger than ever. 6 months go by. The changes aren't just visible in the mirror, but resonate deeper within. You become the old man by the river. You understand now that your growth stemmed from those tiny ripples you created every day. You become the proof that the 1% rule works, not through extravagance or fanfare, but through quiet, steadfast commitment. This journey is yours. It's the unfolding story of change, the metamorphosis that makes you unrecognizable not only to others, but even more profoundly to yourself. It's a reminder that every day, you are the artist of your own life, chiseling out a masterpiece with patience and precision. Imagine peering into your future, where change has stripped away the limitations of your past. Picture the skills, the wisdom, and the resilience you've cultivated. See how they've constructed a life that once seemed a distant dream. Now there's a call, not from the old man or the river, but from within. It beckons you to act. To start today, tossing that first pebble without waiting for perfect timing. To make your 1% change, knowing it's more than just an act, it's the beginning of a wave. And as your story unfolds, let it echo with hope and familiarity to those who see their own struggles reflected in yours. You are not alone. We are a sea of pebbles cascading into the waters of this world, creating ripples that change more than just our own lives. So take a deep breath. Let uncertainty be a chapter, not the whole book. Step forward with strength born of those countless whispers of effort. Embrace the journey, the transformation. You have the power to become unrecognizable, an ever-evolving story of greatness. Your call to action is simple, yet profound. Start with one small change. Believe in its power. Watch it quietly unfold. And when you look back, you'll see not just the river, but an ocean of potential, waiting for your next pebble.